Good
Hello.
evening. Hope you've enjoyed this chill royalty-free piano music I found. I'm gonna do some warm-up drawings till we get a couple more people in the chat, maybe. And
Do you want a Pokemon?
Actually, yes. We can do a Pokemon from memory.
Alrighty.
That would be really nice.
I will bust out the random Pokemon generator.
The Pokemon thingamajiggy. If, Fakemon. Oh, yeah, Fakemon. Those were so cool. Again, if audio levels need adjustment, you just let us know. If there are any errors, you just let us know. We'll do our best to correct them. Yeah, the OBS chat was acting really weird, so I have to have the chat in browser. But we'll see how things go. Alright. I gotta get my keyboard working. Come on. Come on, you can do it. I have a little wireless keyboard.
Alright, we will start with a random Pokemon.
I will let you...
Pokemon, all regions, all types.
Oh god.
You were saying?
I'll let you know if I know it, but more than likely I will not.
Bastiodon.
Ooh. I like the sound of it. Let's see. I've been favoring the pencil as of late. The pencil's been very fun.
Bastiodon.
It's a troubleshooting stream because my keyboard is having a time. Come on.
It might be too far away from the computer. It's a wireless keyboard.
No. It's been acting like it acted like this yesterday, where I have to just turn it off and turn it back on. If it's not getting active use, it shuts itself off. And it's a whole thing. All right, come on, my keyboard. I know you're bleeping. You're doing. Bear with us a moment. Come on. Got the ASMR. There we go. There's the hand. Got them hands.
Cool.
Okay. Bastiodon?
Bastiodon.
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 Bastiodon. I gotta make mass stabilization.
It is a rock steel Pokemon.
I think I know this one. I think.
It is a quadruped.
Yeah. I think it's this one. Where it's basically like a Triceratops, but it's got a box for a head. I think.
It is 4th generation.
What were the starters for generation 4?
Torterra, Piplup, and the fire one.
Okay. I
didn't care about I think it was an Infernape.
Oh, the monkey one.
I think it was Infernape.
I did not play that one.
Your You're making it very thick, very fat.
Yeah, it's a quadruped.
I'm gonna go get my phone charged. I'll be back in a moment.
Do we have a charger attached to the computer?
Oh.
That one. That one there.
I never use it. I mean, I've used it once.
Well, now you will have used it twice. Bastiodon. He's got fun shapes that I'm making up.
Yeah, I was
on
going
the
to
spot.
say, you don't know what the shapes look like
I do
because you
not.
don't have the reference in front of you.
You're right. I want to give it, like, spiky cheeks, but I know that that's Haxorus, not... Haxorus is the one that's, like, the...
Well, it's got stuff.
Yeah.
I'll tell you that. It's got like, greeblies going on.
It's got greebles on the face. When did y'all start the OBS? Like, the stream? Right around 7. Did you just get the notification now? I know notifications have been kind of late. I don't know if that's on our end. I don't know if it's on, like, it's Twitch side. Not sure. Gonna give it... Don't be angry. Don't be angry eyes.
It looks like a Triceratops had a baby with one of those weird sort of diamond head salamander lizard
Oh
things.
yeah, the ones that are like, yeah. Eh.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like those guys. Those guys are fun. I gotta remember what artist did that model, because someone did like a replica of one and it looks so damn realistic. I have no idea what the mouth on this guy is. His face is just kind of a big fat arrow.
It's interesting to see your interpretation of the Pokemon.
I'll give it this. I remember it has like, I think it's got like a greebly pattern on it. Now that I'm thinking about it, I don't think the horns are right.
It's just getting better and better.
It just looks kind of sad. I think I'll get rid of the horns because I don't... The one I'm remembering, I can't remember if it has horns or not.
I'll never tell.
I know you won't. I know. Erase. Oh, I fixed our eraser, by the way.
What was wrong with it?
The opacity was set down, but it was like deep within the settings. It wasn't one of these settings over here. It was like in the brush itself.
Weird. How did that happen?
I don't know. Must have been a kiwi pressed.
Oh, could be.
Yeah. Oh no, it looks so dumpy like this. It looks like a Dexter's Lab villain. I don't know, did it have spikes?
I'll never tell.
It had greebles. I remember it had greebles.
I'll never tell.
I'll give it some bands, some spiky bands. The eyebrows Pokemon. Yeah, eyebrows go all the way up. 100%.
Oh, you know what it looks like? It looks like one of the six-eyed channelers from Dark Souls.
Oh yeah. I don't know how to draw them. I'm not.
They have a
going to.
big beard and just six eyes and a nose.
Just like this.
Yeah, no, that you've just
That's
drawn
it.
a six-eyed channeler.
That's it. It probably doesn't have these plates. It's probably got like
I'll never tell.
spikes or something.
I'll never tell.
I don't know what to do with the side. It's just gonna be empty. All right.
You know something, Cassie? You'll never know because as soon as you're done with this, all pictures on the internet everywhere of Bastiodon are going to be replaced by
No,
this.
by this. No.
This is the new Bastiodon.
I don't know if I want that.
Gonna Google it.
Bastiodon Pokemon. Yeah, it was the one I was thinking of. Oh, it did have horns, but they go out that way. Oh, he's so grumbly. You know, now that I've drawn this abomination... Oh, Vercola cosplay, hello!
Greetings.
Now that I've drawn this...
No, Vricola says it's an improvement.
Really? Do you think so? It's got eyebrows for days.
I like the nose and the eyebrows.
It's just a big arrow. I kind of like its windows here. Oh, it's supposed to be a bastion. It's a castle.
Yes, it's a castle.
I never got...
You got it.
I never got that.
You got it. Yep.
That's why it's called Bastiodon.
Bastiodon, yep.
I see. The horizontal horns resemble a bone through the nose, like a caveman. Oh, since it's a fossil.
Pokemon.
That makes sense. That's a cool interpretation. Hold up a minute. Who we got? The angry Aaron on
some
DeviantArt.
fan art, some fart,
Some fart. That's actually pretty cool, though.
fan fart.
Fan fart. I like that. Yeah, I just gave it a bunch of eyebrows. I was kind of right on the plates, though. It had these instead of
I think
spikies.
Trouble was referencing its prodigious horn eyebrows rather than your patterns looking like eyebrows, though I could be mistaken.
Horn eyebrows. We've did it. We've made the man. Alrighty.
Are you ready?
I am ready.
Shall we spin the wheel?
We shall spin the wheel.
Let us spin the wheel.
We have 2 people in chat that are on the wheel. And
That's fine.
If it's the third person, we might just go with it.
Yeah, if it's the third person, we go with it, and then we send them the art whenever.
Yeah.
Alright.
Spin the wheel! Spin the wheel. Hey!
Very good.
Ricola! I get to draw your spiky angry boy.
Oh, riot.
Yes. Yes. Now this one, I believe I've seen on your page. Oh god, I'm blanking on their name. You got one of them really, the mouthy, spiky, angry-looking demon suits from that maker. I want to say they're in Russia? I'm not sure. Is that correct? I'm very curious about how their heads are. Because, like, they look so comfy. Gretchka! Yeah. They look super comfy. And I'm kind of about it. It just looks like, like almost a giant hoodie. I feel like. Alright, let's get this in here. Let's get that over here. A struggle. Struggle buggle.
Struggle bug.
A struggle bug.
The best Pokemon move.
Desktop. I should have set this up beforehand, but I didn't. Because I set up everything else and then I forgot this part. Reference.
That's fine.
There it is. Okay.
We're professionals.
So professional. So professional. But yes, tell me how that head is. And did you have the character? Mine is different from her other ones. Okay, she built it more like a helmet so I can see out the mouth. Fairly heavy, but I don't mind. It was her first time making plastic teeth. Oh! Now
that 50, jeez.
That would be where the weight comes in, I'd imagine. But it looks great, though. It's very cool. Did you have the character before the suit head, or did you get the suit head? It's your second main character. I've had him for a while. Okay.
Cool.
Oh, that's so awesome, because I'm saying she, her. I'm not sure if that is their pronouns, but their work is fantastic, and it suits, like, that suits your character so well. Whee! Alright. Let me get in here. We're gonna do, where are we? We're gonna do a sketch layer. There's so many good elements. Let's see here. The wild hair and the horns are very good.
I think for the portrait, you need to focus on the head. The horns and the ears are really good.
Well, yeah. I mean, it is a portrait.
Well, you're talking about it having so many features, but, like, I think simplifying for this would be good.
Trouble says, can I send a head of theirs? Different one. Oh, I forget. Chat's on screen now. I changed that. I have a type of OCs, yes.
Oh, boy.
But that's fine. I do too. I like the long, like, flowy, elegant-y ones. And yes, Trouble, please. I follow them on Instagram. Their work's great. It's just so good. I'm much in awe. Big toothy. I gotta click on the thing.
Indeed.
Again, struggle buggle. Yes,
yeah.
With the button eyes and the mushroom head thing, like, just
cool.
So good. I love the big grin. Fantastic work. Love it. So glad that they exist. Beetlejuice vibes, yeah. All their suits kind of have that. Actually. But I'm about it. Fricola, what is the, I guess, demon is the species? More cat or more dog inspiration? Oh, did they do the like the wire in the eyelids? More dog. Okay. so that you can like move them all around. I've seen that being done before, and it's really good. Oh, I love these lip things. I have no idea what they're called, but I love adding those in. All right, let's do a whole. You got a big mouth.
May I make a suggestion?
Yes.
You should move it down to the lower left.
Yeah,
Leave
so
a
I
little
have
bit
room for the
horns,
everything. This is just the preliminary.
The initial sketch.
The initial super duper, super messy. I kind of wanna.
You opening up the mouth.
Yeah. Yeah, you gotta.
Oh, I like that.
All right, let's see here. Got this. Yeah, got this. Got more of a dog nose. Yeah. Yeah. That's the stuff. Biggie snarly.
Biggie snarls.
Biggie snarls. Oh, such good shapes to play with. God, I love shapes. I've been wanting to do a suit with big droopy lips for a while. I just haven't gotten around to it, but
suit
soon
islands are so fun to pose. So many expressions. Oh, another link.
I shall see. Yeah. Yeah, because you can be like really like narrowed and focused, but also, yeah, it at like that. Such a difference in expression from the little squinty lids. Still very threatening, very imposing all the way. I love that.
Cool.
So yeah, because it looks like a wire, which is great because then you could just like do whatever you want with it. I think it's felt with a wire from the look of it. What are the eyes made of? First time I've seen this maker. Love them. Oh yeah. Please go follow them like on Instagram. They have such a large collection of this kind of work. Just really great stuff.
They look like they might be acrylic, like domes.
Yeah, it looked like it was. Maybe like painted over. I couldn't quite tell though.
I can't imagine those would be resin because those would be really heavy.
Yeah. Lids in the face are fleece. The eyes are acrylic lip. Okay, yeah. All right, that makes sense. They feel hollow. Okay, which would help with the weight.
Acrylic domes, yeah.
Yeah, like those ornaments that you can get at Michael's, which I bought a bunch of at one point, intending to do something with them, and then I just never did. I should do something with those.
The opportunity will still be there in the future.
This is true. All right, and the eyeballs are fun, but I think I'm gonna do. Maybe like a laughing. Maybe something like this.
I would go big.
Go even bigger?
Yeah, go big with the eyes.
Let me just try this out. Oh yeah, I think you're right.
Go bigger than you think you ought to.
Okay.
Because they have those like big, crazy, manic eyes.
That expression.
Like Disney villain big.
I do love like the super Disney villain arched eyebrows. Don't like Disney so much as a company. Not a big fan. But man, them villains, they do a good job.
I would even go bigger.
I'll leave it for now, just because I want to make sure I have enough room for all the other elements.
Yeah, that looks good.
Because I got this stuff going on. All right, hold on. Let's I'll figure out where the jaw is going to land. Okay, and then we got all that stuff. Not to talk shop too much, Ricola, but do they charge a lot for their heads? Or are they more on the... I'd imagine they charge a lot, or are they more like mid-range? Another one. Clink, clink.
The original Adopt.
Ooh. That'll work. Oh, cool! Ooh. I love this this
is nice.
This pose. It's like almost zombie-in fashion, but like, yeah. I could see that coming at me in a dark alley. That is fun. I'm going to put this over to the side. Thank you. Yeah. Oh, that is so good. Get chat back. There's the
there
chat.
They are.
There you guys are. Alrighty. And I love the... Ooh, okay. How am I doing the big teeth? I love these shapes. I think they're going to get obscured a little bit by the big teeth. Which is fine. Because you got to have them big
Banana teeth.
Banana teeth. Like big hippopotamus teeth. Like real
like
scary.
Like a warthog.
Yeah. I love warthog teeth. You guys ever seen warthog skulls? They're cool looking. So cool looking.
I think that one would curve back a little bit more.
Yeah, I think it would too. Yeah, because this one would. Gretchen's heads cost flat 2.5K in the US. That's actually not bad. No matter if it's a commission or pre-made, it'll all be the same. Oh, she does, or they do free shipping? Hey, Cross! I got to touch a pig skull in class today. Oh, that's awesome.
Cool.
That's right, because you're doing biology stuff. How are you doing? Everything going good? Pig skulls are rad.
They're our kin.
They are. They are. They are related to us. But wow, that's actually a really decent price for all the, like, the detail that they put into their suits. Yeah, consideration for the future if I ever have spending cash.
Well, just the head, not the full suit, right?
Oh, I think they only do heads.
2.5K for the head.
Yeah. Well, that's all you really need. Like, I could make the suit.
Hmm.
That's not a big deal. Alright, where is...
Yes, we, people who make costumes, could make a costume.
Yeah!
Definitely.
Right. Big head energy. She only makes heads. I'm making the rest. Okay, yeah! Heck. I think you're gonna have a very fun time making the rest. It'll be really cool to see the combination of work between her head and the body that you make.
I
only
have
see
another
heads and
suggestion.
sketches. Yes.
Do like the hair in a big swoopy, coming from the scalp and then swooping back.
Back this way?
Yeah, like a big sort of thick mane, and then the horns can kind of come forward and provide motion in the other direction.
I see.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was thinking like they're coming at you from like the ceiling or something. Something like that. But I do like this motion. I do think that's very good. I know that's not quite the shape, but I like the thing. Do you mind if we mess with the shape a little bit? You just let us know. 'Cause I kind of really like that. And then ear. All right, so hair. Have fun with it. Thank you.
Okay.
So you're saying, because I want some hair.
Yeah, there we go.
And then something like this coming back.
Yeah, because that creates some nice motion.
Yeah, it does. Yeah, it does. This is amazing art, by the way. Expression's so cool. Yeah.
I would make it even a little bigger.
The hair?
Yeah.
I might have to shrink this down.
No, don't shrink it.
No?
Don't shrink it. No, don't shrink it.
Make it that big?
Keep it exactly the size it is. Just make the hair a bit bigger. Because we don't need to see... we don't need to see the back of the... Like... We don't need to see the back of the mane necessarily. Just give us a little bit of like negative space in the upper right-hand corner and just have like big poof of hair.
Okay. Yeah, that hair does go for days.
Yeah. It needs to look wild.
Yeah, I'll have... I'm not going to do them in the sketch layer, but I should have fun with the shapes when I'm...
Yeah, there we
like
go.
That,
there we go.
Coming back around.
No, I'm saying we don't even need to see the back of the neck.
Oh, I see. So just kind of fade it off. Like
or just erase all that. Just have it go off the page. Yeah, there you go.
Messy. Something
there
like
we
that.
go. Yeah.
And then have the neck just like come in from over here or something like that.
We don't like the neck is all fur anyways. The whole thing is going to be fur, which is going to be more of a challenge for me to actually come to think of it. But like there's more motion here. There's more dynamism.
That's true. I can make
bigger, more imposing, you know?
I can make some solid lines if that'll help you color.
Somewhat, yeah.
Okay. I'll be making Riot's full fursuit later on this year. Yes.
Cool.
Yes. Are you gonna document the whole process and like post it on Instagram and stuff? Oh yeah, do you have any like special features built in? Are you gonna put in pockets? I love putting pockets in, especially in like hidden in all the places like with the markings and stuff, so you can't really tell that they're pockets. It's fun. I like that ear.
I would have the tip of the ear curved back like it does in the art.
That's what I was thinking.
The body of the ear that you had was good. It's just I would have curved the tip back. It was okay before.
But now it's gone.
You can redo it.
No. I like this.
That is better. That is a better shape.
It's a better ear. I never made a bony tail before, and I'm excited to make his big banana teeth. Yes.
Yeah.
Are you going to do EVA foam? EVA foam them teeth? Because that would make them nice and lightweight, but also pretty sturdy. I get you could probably... Maybe you can coat them in something that'll make them a little bit more rigid. You could also 3D print them and have them hollow on the inside if you have that capability. Oh, he's got human molars, huh? Creepy.
I would do EVA foam. Like, I mean, I know I'm partial to working with EVA foam, but it's light, it's easy to work with. You can kind of Dremel it down. From a distance, it looks solid. I mean, even sort of up close, if you don't touch it, it looks solid.
Yeah. Either EVA or vinyl.
Yeah.
Oh,
vinyl would be interesting.
To sew it together. Not like the vinyl that I apply for science, but
yeah, I know.
Yeah. Like for claws and stuff. That would be cool. And then you could like overstuff it so that they're real rigid. Tongue. Do we have tongue? We have tongue. Okay.
Yeah, what does the tongue look like?
That.
I see.
Yeah. Yeah, big snarly split tongue.
Can you move the tongue towards the upper palate just a little?
So it curves up more? Or you're talking about the back part of the tongue?
No. I mean the tip of the tongue. Just angle it upwards towards the front teeth more. Yeah.
Like that kind of thing?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Better.
I appreciate the direction during the sketch phase. Because I know it helps you to color it too.
Yeah, no, I was just thinking about it's going to be easier to paint for me if it's a little further away from the bottom jaw.
Yeah, I'm actually going to do that so you can see
Yeah,
the underside because that's the
yeah.
proper perspective.
Yeah.
And then the rest of it would go back in space like that.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah. I'm actually currently sewing up a tail for another person.
7
feet.
long.
Is it all fur or is it like, what is it made out of? Oh, do the arrows go in different directions? No, they're just up all the time. Okay. I like this kind of curve to it. All fur. Oh, God. Has it got markings? That's going to be heavy. Are you stuffing it? Tell us about this tail. And I'm going to make the arrows a little bit small. Just so we really get that manic energy. Yeah.
Ooh, I kind of love that.
Yeah.
They need to be looking in different directions, too. Yeah.
I always feel like that conveys kind of a idiotic expression. I don't know.
Well, you've made the character look pretty darn feral right now.
That's
so,
true.
I mean, I suppose it's Vricola Cosplay's choice.
That is true. Alright, black in the front. Okay, so an alternating black and white.
It'll be a floor dragger. Well, I mean, with a 7-foot tail, yeah, it sounds like it would be.
Actually, can I put you on mouse duty? Can you grab the wireless mouse and click on the links?
I was kind of waiting for you to ask. I would have volunteered sooner, but I didn't want to interrupt your drawing.
That's fair. Oh, riffraff! Yes. Here, bring it.
Magenta.
That's the wrong one. There you go. No. You got it. You got it. There it is. Yeah. Man, 7 feet. At least the patterning is pretty easy, so you just, incrementally go black and white with it. Oh, that's fun. Very fun. Now you struggle.
I don't have a mouse pad.
I need chat again.
Oh, yes.
There we go. Yes, yeah, I believe I've seen the head. Going to make a secondary shorter. Yeah, that's fair. Are you going to do like a cut-off nub? Or are you going to do, we could see what riot. Could we see what? Oh. To this? To zoom out? Confused.
Looking in one direction.
Oh, what iris eyes looking in one direction. Okay. Yes. So it'd probably be something like this.
Yeah, you wouldn't see most of the pupil on that side.
Yeah. That's probably all you'd be able to see. It's just that little bit. I like the fluff, cheek fluff. I know it probably wouldn't be out that much, but
Doesn't matter.
I like it.
Doesn't matter. It looks good.
I like it. It's fun. I might keep that if you're cool with that. All right.
Yeah, I think that looks good.
I'm gonna go to line art. I'm gonna leave this because it's got some great energy to it.
If you just erase, like
refine.
Yeah, rather than drawing over, maybe. Because I like the energy you have there. Just like erase some of your sketch lines. I can paint over it and I can make it look pretty good. Let
me see. I wonder if I can just do a big pass with an eraser and just kind of lighten things a little bit and then go back in and define. So not like a total erase.
Yeah.
No, not less. Less brush density. There we go. Go down. Alright, so we still kind of keep this energy, but then I can pick and choose what lines to really define. Yeah, because that mouth became a little bit of a mess.
It did, but it still reads.
Yeah. Alright.
I actually didn't mind those. That would have been helpful to have.
Really?
Yeah, really.
Why?
Just additional texture in the fur.
Oh, okay.
It tells me how to make some of my
your mark
brush strokes. Yeah.
Alright, and I've been liking, where is it? I like the natural.
Could I ask you to thicken up the far horn, their right horn, toward the base?
Yes.
It seems a little thin there.
Well, it's kind of covered by the hair. I think I'll just leave the hair.
Oh, right. Yeah.
So that'll work. Do I want to move this around?
I would leave it where it is.
Okay.
Just for now. If we need to, we can move it a little over to the right.
Yeah, just a little so that we have some room for the horn. Yeah, that's fun. Oh god, everything! Go away. Alright. We're doing it. We're getting there. Hope you all are enjoying the chill piano music that we got going on.
I am.
It's very nice. Alright, let's get maybe... Does this have a little texture to it? What do we got that's technical difficulties? That actually sounds fun.
It's just normal.
It's just normal. Does it have technical difficulties? I don't know. I want something with a grabbing skull reference. Yes. Skull references are good.
If you want something with texture, actually just use or maybe try the pencil.
Yeah.
When I've used Clip Studio Paint to emulate your pen marks.
Yeah.
Whenever I have to clean up your pen sketches, I use the pencil tool, and it matches pretty darn well. Similar texture.
I just feel like it's not enough. Darker pencil, lighter pencil, colored pencil, tapered pencil? Ugh.
Just the regular pencil.
Real pencil?
I mean...
I was using darker pencil.
I don't know if it was real pencil, but I used the pencil tool.
Alright.
It is only a suggestion.
No, but you don't understand. I have so many pencil tools.
Yeah, I know. You're talking to a man who, in real life, paints with 3 brushes when he's using a lot of brushes.
This is true.
Generally, it's just 2.
But options, Ross. Hey, Monster Yote!
Hey, Monster Yote.
Check out this critter. I think you'll appreciate him. Real cool. Fricola cosplay is the one that won.
The oneer.
The oneer. And Cross, yes, I'm glad. Musical equivalent of low-proof wine. Salad.
What kind of salad?
A delicious salad. Alright, yeah, I guess I'll just go with this and we'll see what we can create out of that. Let's get some mark making. Hardness, brush density.
Oh, yeah, pop in and out as you see fit, Monster Yote. We'll be here.
Yeah, do your thing. Glad to see you. Glad to see you for a minute. Got an eyelid.
The best kind of salad, the Caesar salad.
I haven't had a Caesar salad in quite a while.
It's not a salad, like it's not a leafy green salad, but now I'm thinking of seafood salad.
I don't think I've ever had seafood salad.
We've had seafood salad. We get it from
Have we?
the deli.
No, I get the chicken salad.
Oh, that's right.
One.
But no, I've gotten the seafood salad from there before. It's been good.
Oh, I'm sure it has been.
I thought I made you some.
Nah.
No?
I'm not big on seafood, so I probably didn't.
Oh.
Masio! Aw. We do intend to stream more. We've been catching up on the commissions that we've owed.
Yep.
It's nice to get through the queue. Thank you all for bearing with us. But we do intend to stream more. Since the raffles are getting less and less people in them, like, we'll still probably do them for the next couple months. But we'll plan to stream on Fridays doing some personal art, I think. Alright, I'm getting like on this because I'm not happy with the brush. So let me get a brush that I really jive with.
Can I make a recommendation?
Yeah.
Again, just erase your sketch lines, like the rough sketch lines. Like, bring everything back. Just erase the rough lines or the erroneous lines. I like the energy of this, and I would love to paint on this.
But it's so messy.
That's kind of the charm of it for me.
Okay. Alright.
Just clean it up a little bit.
Alright. I will clean it up a little bit. What do we got? Eraser, hardness. Yeah, so we're thinking, because we do work for other people throughout most of the week. I think I'll do this soft one. So Fridays are kind of like our, hey, we can do some art for us. So we might turn that into streaming, where we're just going to like...
We have personal projects that
Yeah.
we've been kind of sitting on for a while because we've been busy with work.
Yep.
And it would give us an excuse to actually do some more of our own stuff.
Yeah. Yeah. Which would be very nice. It'd be nice to get them creative juices going and share that enthusiasm with you guys in what we're like prototyping or making or whatever. What side projects? Whew, good question. You have...
I was actually just gonna let you. Yeah, like what do you want? Because I could go, but
you go. You
all
go.
right. I'm currently refurbishing an old record player. The turntable of it just is all seized up. I think all the grease is just like super hardened at this point because the thing hasn't been used in probably about 40 years or so.
I was gonna say, yeah. How old is it?
Yeah, at least 40 years old. I think it's from the 70s, so maybe closer to 50. Yeah, 50, probably closer to 50 than 40. But I don't think it was used since the 80s, maybe early 90s. So there's that. I have a bunch of models that I want to... Oh, yes, of course they did. Of course. Not a Victrola and not like his. It's a much more modern unit. It's a Sony thing from the 70s.
Yeah, but it has been really cool to look at all the circuitry and how big it is. Like, just compared to the modern stuff.
Well, yeah.
I know.
Yeah.
I don't know. I still think it's really cool.
So there's that.
Actually, yeah. Can I piggyback off that?
All right, go for it.
On for another thing for Victrola, I picked up 2 antique Singer sewing machines that I'm working on getting up and running. One
of them you're hoping to get up and running?
Yeah, one I got for parts, and then the other one I got because it actually functioned. I just got a new belt for it, and it sews decent. I have to fine-tune some of the what is it called? The thread tension. I gotta adjust some of the thread tension. It has some kind of issue that I haven't fully been able to troubleshoot yet. But it's a beautiful machine, and if I can get it going, that thing is a workhorse. So it'll just sew through anything. It's powerful. It's not one of the ones in a table. It's like one of the not the 20s version,
there
like
he
the
is.
50s.
He's crawled out of the woodwork. Hello.
Hello. Speaking about old things that need refurbishment, it's so exciting. So that's my thing.
All right, so there's that.
You go.
I'm working on a painting. I think we might have... Did we post a work in progress image of the Patreon?
Yeah, a while ago.
Yep. I'd like to be able to finish that.
It's a bug in space, sort of. How do you describe that? It's a diving beetle, but in space.
It is a surreal painting, so it's not intended to be like a physical space exactly. where the lower half of the image is a diving beetle.
The columnist crawled out of the kitchen to talk about things.
He's missing the top curvy teeth.
No, thank you for that. Sorry, I meant to do those, and then I got distracted by everything else. If there's any other things that are missing, let me know.
I thought you were going to do them, which is why I didn't say anything.
No, that's fair.
I
think they probably go down to...
yes, the golem.
The golem.
I've been feeling like a kitchen golem myself, too, lately. I've been doing a lot more I've been doing a lot of the cooking around here anyways, because I've always cooked here. But I've been doing more different cooking and experimenting a little bit more.
I've been learning.
You have been. I'm proud of you, and I'm not, nullifying your achievement. So yeah, it's a surreal space where you have a great diving beetle on the bottom, and then the reflection of it in the water turns into the rings of, Saturn or another ringed planet. It wasn't explicitly supposed to be Saturn. So there's that.
It's coming out good, though.
Yeah, thank you. And then there's some Warhammer models that I want to build as well.
Like a big nerd.
Yeah. I have this cool, it's called an Archaeopter. It's sort of like a helicopter, except if it didn't have a rotor, if it had wings. That's pretty cool. Yeah, making random stuff for dinner is fun. I generally try not to make random stuff for dinner, but I...
you try to plan things out a little bit.
I try to plan things out, but also I'll look at our fridge from time to time and I'll say, okay, what can I do with this?
Does that make sense? This tooth? Yeah, because this would be behind that one. Okay.
Oh, trouble. Yeah, I can sympathize with that. My father is a pretty good cook, and I learned some stuff watching from him throughout the years. My mother couldn't cook more than put some tomato sauce and some cheese on a chicken breast, and then there's your chicken parmesan.
That's kind of where my cooking level was at.
Most of the time, it wasn't even parmesan. It's just like a slice of American or something. Chicken parmesan.
Yes.
But yeah, no. The other week, maybe 2 weeks ago, we had some rice that was kind of starting to go off, and it wasn't sticking together anymore. It was getting kind of hard, and I was like, I need to do something with this. So I made sweet potato rice balls by adding some rice flour and egg to the rice, just so that when I fried it in hot oil, it sort of battered the rice, and the flour kind of stuck everything back together. And
it was amazing.
Those were decent.
They were huge. They were fist sized. I was very impressed.
Okay, to her credit, Vic, not Kraft singles, actual American cheese. Those the Kraft singles aren't even cheese.
Yeah, those are oil. Compressed oil,
yeah,
I think?
it's some kind of congealed oil.
Yeah. Oh, Cross, I'm sorry. I'd like your food.
I don't have a recipe as such, because I just kind of eyeballed it.
Weren't you inspired by Adam Ragusea? We've been watching a lot of Adam Ragusea.
At the time we had been. We've kind of moved away from that now.
Yeah.
We're sort of on to other things, but yes. Sort of inspired by watching some of his techniques that he used when he was cooking. I basically just took the rice in the pot, which I still had it in from when I cooked it on the stovetop, and I cracked 2 eggs into it, and then I just added enough flour, rice flour specifically, because Cassie can't have wheat flour. I mixed enough of it together to where I could kind of pack it together in my hands and make a ball which would clump and stay together.
Yeah.
And then I fried up some sweet potato and some carrots in soy sauce, or what was it? It was
the coconut
aminos. That's right. Yes, because
I can't have soy either.
Yes, in
cooking's
coconut
a challenge.
aminos and Worcestershire sauce.
Yeah, the Worcestershire sauce really made it.
With a little bit of molasses, too. And so I fried those together, and that was my filling. You take the rice out after you've kind of mixed everything together. You can put it in one hand, you put a blob of filling in it, and then you take another blob of rice and just kind of smush it all together in your hand.
Mm-hmm.
You want sort of a vaguely triangular shape when you're done. Like, it's not a perfect sphere. It's like
yeah, no, it is a triangle. It's like I don't know, like the Japanese rice balls. What are they?
It looks like someone took a D4 and really sanded down the corners.
Yeah. It's very rounded. What are the Japanese rice balls? Onigiri?
Yeah, onigiri.
Yeah.
God, now I want sushi again.
I know.
Oh, crap.
That's fine. We'll get some. Yay, gluten-free soy sauce. Gluten-free 1-to-1 flour? Yeah, that's why we use the coconut aminos.
So it's not the gluten. Like, the soy sauce is gluten-free. She can't have soy. Cassie just can't have any soy at all.
Yeah, I mean, I can tolerate it more than I can the wheat.
Yeah.
It's just, it still makes my stomach bad. A bad time is had by stomach.
Oh, jelly donuts.
Oh, jelly donuts. Yeah, jelly-filled donuts from Pokemon. They were just jelly-filled donuts.
Yeah. But yeah, no, I use King Arthur gluten-free flour. It's a rice flour.
Yeah.
It might be a blend of a couple different kinds of rice. Like,
yeah, I'm not sure if it's exactly
but
one.
it's really, really good. It's the best stuff that I've found so far. It produces gluten-free baked goods, which I find palatable. So I think that's a good thing.
That's a win.
Yeah. Ooh, muskrat meatballs. Oh, that sounds fun.
Muskrat?
You're a muskrat.
What do those taste like? I've never had... I don't think I've eaten any kind of rodent.
Yeah.
But I've heard that they can be decently nutritious. Ross, this was a really good suggestion. It takes a little bit longer because I haven't done this type of style before. But I really like the kind of sculptural aspect of being able to go in and erase the lines. Jury's out on if it'll keep the same energy as the original sketch had. But, we'll see.
Don't erase too much.
Yeah, I know. I'm trying not to. Trying to just erase the, sort of the necessary stuff.
Yeah, clean it up.
Yeah.
But don't erase everything.
Alright, front teeth are pointy. Make pointy front teeth, but back teeth are like human teeth.
Oh, it's another Pokemon joke, Cross says.
Did they really call them muskrat meatballs in Pokemon? I know they called them jelly donuts because they...
we have a woodchuck Vic has been wanting to eat for dinner for years now.
Oh, does it keep digging up your
It's
garden?
the circle of life.
Therefore, woodchuck eat garden, human eat woodchuck.
And then your garden is fine.
Yeah.
No more woodchuck, no more problem.
Yeah. You're totally fine.
Had a conversation with a student today on the ethics of cannibalism.
Why are you talking about cannibalism with your students?
He's opposed to cannibalism on the grounds that it is wrong to eat any living organism. He's a vegetarian.
Okay, all right, that's fair.
Not that humans are any more
Right.
special or different than any other animal. It's just
it's wrong to eat animal. And meat. I can appreciate that stance.
The woodchuck is named Mincemeat. That's good. That's good.
That's funny. No, that's a good bit.
You cannot do anything with that woodchuck except turn it into a meat pie, a mincemeat pie, if its name is mincemeat. That's a fact.
So if you catch it, that's what you have to do, I guess. Alright. We're getting there. We're getting fiddly with the teeth.
So, Trouble, I kind of agree, but also we feed the animals that we eat total garbage, too. Like, we feed them whatever the cheapest thing is for them to survive.
You mean in the meat industry?
Yeah. The animals that are slaughtered for human consumption.
So we would taste that. Oh, you're saying like if cows taste fine.
Yeah, Trouble is saying that humans, we eat so poorly that we taste bad, which may in fact be true, but also like
we feed cows
the animals that we consume on a regular basis, we feed garbage to as well. Would they taste better if the quality of their diet improved? Possibly.
I imagine so. I mean, I've had grass-fed beef before. I haven't...
Have you noticed a difference?
Unfortunately not, but I haven't, like, directly had a regular burger afterwards.
Yeah, I haven't really been comparing or contrasting.
Right.
Yeah, because I wanted... we went to a place that was...
Yeah, where did I
In Boston, in Jamaica Plain, there was like a grass-fed burger joint there. They were
That's
kind of
right.
hip and hipstery. They had really good burgers.
They did.
And they touted it as being, grass-fed. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. We should do. I don't know if we could do a side-by-side comparison. I guess we could like go out, get a grass-fed burger, and then make a burger at home out of cheapy meat. And
Cross
kinda go
says
from there.
that we just found out that plants know who their kids are, adapt to change, can learn and react to pain signals from other plants.
Yes, that I have heard.
Fascinating.
Plants are cool, and we don't give them enough credit for like what they can do.
But I don't think they're sentient, though, right?
But not. Here's the thing: we define sentience in a very particular manner.
It's true, but like, I think like cows and pigs and chickens and stuff. Well, fair. I think that is the correct answer, Cross. We just don't know. But like cows and chickens and stuff, they have consciousness in the way that we do.
Right, we can sort of understand how that is processed, how their feelings are processed.
What I'm suggesting is these things that plants can do, they can sense and learn and change. Is it a process of consciousness or not?
Or is it just instinct? But then you argue, like, what about plankton and stuff?
That's a valid point. We don't know how to understand sentience without a central nervous system.
Right. So, like, jellyfish, are they sentient? Are they just...
They have a nervous system.
Right, but they're just kind of instinctual in that way. So would you call a jellyfish sentient because it's basically a step away from a plant?
Probably not. I mean, like, based on my understanding of the animal and based on our current scientific knowledge, probably not. If you go by communication standards, absolutely. Vic says they can communicate through roots and mycelium.
Yeah, mycelium networks are crazy. Quick question for you, Ross. If I color in the gums, will that mess you up?
No,
okay.
I would just leave them black.
Okay.
When you say color in, you mean like ink them black?
Yeah,
that's fine.
Okay. That's good.
A man named Masaru Emoto wanted to see if water had consciousness, so he would basically either be polite to water or yell at it, and would see how it would freeze.
Yeah, I heard about this.
I heard about this. I heard that there was some issues with the credibility of his study.
Yeah, with replicating the study. Cool if true.
Yes.
And I like the idea. Which, like, it would make sense. Vibrations and how things are processed and how we are water mostly. Alright, we got little dupers there.
Old man yells at water. I mean, he may or may not have been old, but I kind of like the idea of old man yells at water.
Creates science. Yeah, get some of these in there.
Nice.
Alright, are there teeth? Okay, so it's basically just this one big tooth here, and then it would kind of be covering the rest of the teeth in the back here.
That's fine. That's easier for me to paint.
Yes. You don't have to paint a whole bunch of teeth.
Yeah, I don't have to paint a whole row of bottom teeth as well.
Alright.
Yes, the harder you scream at your water, the better it tastes.
Yes, that's how it does. Yeah,
That's how Russians make vodka. Like, the better the vodka is, the harder they scream at it.
They scream at it. Did Mythbusters do that study where they played, like, metal music and classical music for plants to see how they would react and grow?
Yeah.
Was that Mythbusters? I feel like I watched that.
They found, I believe, that it wasn't the kind of music that mattered so much as the volume of the music.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, which is interesting. So would that indicate... Actually, I don't even know what that would prove. Like, why would that affect the plants? Do you think it's maybe like a stress response thing?
I have no idea. It is not a subject I can speak with any confidence on.
I'm just going to leave it vague. Vague teeth. Just vague teeth. Alright, that's at least coming out something. It's something.
That's good. That's good. I can work with that.
Okay.
Yeah, I can work with that.
It's so messy. I feel like...
You are far too worried about it.
Yeah. Yeah, I gotta let go of the control. It does make for better art when you let go of the control.
It can. You need to maintain control in some ways.
Yeah. but let go in others.
Let go and let God.
No. We're drawing a demon character. God has no place here.
Oh, I'll be taking the wheel soon.
You'll get in there. And then
yes.
I'll be the backseat artist. Haha.
That's fine.
I know.
And we'll do what we usually do, which is Ross paints. And Cassie's like,
I don't know if you should do that. And Ross is like, I'm just going to do a thing. And then in the end, it's fine.
I mean, sometimes I'm not perfect. Like, I mess up, you know?
This is true. All right. How defined? You want closed edges on the hair?
Nope, this is fine.
Okay, so it's kind of still vague hair shapes is fine. Okay.
I would only ask for closed edges on
the hair over
outer outlines.
Okay.
Like
okay.
Where the hair would end and the background would begin.
Okay.
I don't necessarily need it there.
All right. I'm gonna do that because I want to get into the ear, which is fun. Big shapes. Love it. Plants use noises to detect their and other root systems as they grow. Roots crackle some noise.
Huh.
The roots crackle? What do you mean by crackle? Like, they actually make noise, and the other plants can detect that crackling noise?
Corn makes noise when it grows. Like, corn grows so fast it's an audible noise.
I thought that was because we engineered corn, like, to grow faster. But does it do that normally?
Every grown product, like every kind of, you know,
everything
fruit
has
or vegetable has been genetically modified.
No, I know that,
humans.
but I thought the crackle was because we like focused down the genes that would make it grow faster.
But we've been doing that for hundreds and hundreds of years.
Right.
So if it does so, yes, it could be a result of hundreds of years of human breeding and genetic engineering. But
literally, they make a cracking noise. Huh. That's wild.
Is it an audible cracking, or is it slow enough to where humans can't hear it?
Probably humans wouldn't be able to hear it, I feel like.
Monocost is pretty fast growing by nature. Okay.
Oh, okay, alright. Cool. Yeah, I do want to try planting some corn.
Yeah.
Yeah, for those that don't know, if you're okay with... No. I think it's fine. You know, Cross was growing a garden. Cross and Vic were growing a garden, and they grew some corn. It looked awesome. And now I'm like, damn, could I just grow some corn in my backyard?
Yeah, okay. It's inaudible to humans in real time.
Okay.
That makes sense.
That's kind of what I figured. Oh, that adds a whole nother level, though, to, like, bugs. Can bugs hear that?
Probably. They don't hear in the way that we do. They feel vibrations through their legs, through sensory organs in their legs, and sometimes in other areas of the body. So if they're on, a plant, they can probably hear it growing.
That's wild.
Or they can feel it growing, I should say.
Yeah. I don't even know what the equivalent to that would be, like on a human scale. I guess, like, the Earth is too big. It wouldn't be like feeling the Earth rotating. But
putting your ear to the ground and hearing the party of orcs carrying the hobbits away a couple miles off.
We watched The Lord of the Rings recently.
Yeah.
It would increase the fitness for root-eating grubs.
Yeah.
Yeah, because then they could, like, track it. Find out where it would be. Huh. Alrighty. Alright, so now I'm getting to the outside hair, so I'll make these closed shapes.
Please.
And get some fun shapes in here. Alright, I'm gonna erase the back horn there. Alright. I've always wanted to try, like, this method of sculpting, sort of, in, like, going in with pencil and then erasing and going back in. But I always hated doing it in physical media because it just winds up looking really messy and gross. Digital, though? Don't mind it so much. I think it's actually pretty good.
I would have stuck with the big poofy. I really liked the big poofy.
Oh, you want the big poofy?
Yeah, I like the big poofy.
Okay. I'll go back to the big poofy and just define the big poofy.
You're talking to someone who's always drawn this way.
Well, I mean, but you don't like make a big charcoal drawing and get like so messy with it and then go back in and erase all the little
that's
details
why I
out.
use pencil.
Because you can go in and erase these
Yeah,
things.
so I can, make multiple lines if I need to, and then I can selectively erase to find the optimal line.
But why? That. I don't know.
What is your malfunction? What is wrong?
There's something about that I really just fundamentally don't like, and
it's a more intuitive way of drawing, which is why I like it.
I think that's why I don't, because
yeah, I don't tell you how to draw.
No. I'm not.
I'm not like I wouldn't do that.
No. I'm saying it's good for you. I just have trouble with that concept on paper, which is why I go with pen, because it's easier for me to build up the form instead of erasing the form. I think that's what it is. Instead of cutting it back, it's easier for me to build up. And that's why I use lighter pens to start with when I'm drawing traditionally. So I have like lighter undersketching, which then builds up the form, and then I can do the final lines over that.
Okay.
So I guess I do the same process just without erasing.
Because you sketch in pen.
Yeah, because I sketch in pen. Because I don't like pencil. Because it's messy.
Can be.
Can be. Or maybe I've just been doing pencil wrong all my life. Who knows?
The softer the letter your pencil, the messier it is.
I know. I liked I liked working in black and white, like in art school, but I really hated the feeling of charcoal on my hands. I think that's also another part of it. That texture sensation.
Yeah, I don't like the chalky mediums. I don't like Contes. I don't like pastels very much.
Yeah.
I mean, actually, I do kind of like pastels, and I've liked working with pastels, but I don't do it very often for that reason.
Yeah. It's just it gets everywhere.
I like a nice soft pencil.
Keyboard. Come on, keyboard.
There it goes.
There it goes.
Just needed a minute.
Yeah, maybe it is the distance from the computer. Who knows?
I think it is.
Should I keep this duper?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I like that.
Alright. And I'll keep these lines over here.
Yep.
I'm gonna make the
Please.
main fade out nebulously over here. If
Nope, that's
cool
perfect.
with you. Okay.
That's all I need.
Alright. Just kinda
Nope.
get this.
I don't need that.
No, I don't want that. Alright. Do you want me to mark in where the delineations of the colors are going to be? Or where the black and white?
I think you can figure that out.
Okay.
You already kind of have it there, it looks like.
Wasn't intentional. Just more of a gesture line.
Yeah. Would we be able to see the other ear or nah?
Honestly, no. I mean, like, technically, yes, but it's just going to read as some of the main. Because it'll get lost with all those shapes.
Alright.
Alright, now, Bricola, let us know if there's anything else that needs to be added in. I'm gonna fiddle with this tooth.
Cross
in the
says it's
meantime.
really sandy and stays with you all day.
Oh, the mediums. The mediums of like the chocolate.
Yeah, the charcoal. Yeah.
It's tough to get off your hands. Like, even if you wash your hands, you still have like I don't know. I still feel it. And I don't like it.
I have like fairly dry skin regularly, anyways. Like, I don't moisturize probably the way I should or whatever. So whenever I just
I have dry skin. I don't do anything for my skin.
Seriously, whenever I handle like dry medium, it just dries my skin out even more, and it sucks.
Very happy with him. Okay, awesome.
All right.
I've had a good time drawing him, so thank you. Keyboard. Okay. Yeah, that's fun. That's a big. All right, I think I'll try this method of drawing more in the future.
It seems to work well.
It does. All right. So I think I haven't saved this whole time. Oh God.
Has it not been auto-saved?
I'm sure it has been, but I haven't noticed. I haven't intentionally saved it.
Okay.
All right, but now it is intentionally saved. I think we are going to take a break.
We will take a break.
We'll take a break. We will swap seats on our singular couch.
We need to check on a 3D printer.
I know! We have a 3D print going, and it's a test print.
We have a new 3D printer. We have a resin 3D printer.
We just set up a resin 3D printer. It's tiny. It's a tiny little guy. But, like...
It's for small things, like miniatures and small parts.
But then we can do really detailed stuff for costumes. And, like, but I'm very excited about
miniatures and small parts.
No, more. I'm gonna big brain this. I'm gonna
All right.
do more things. Right? It's so cool. So we're in the phase where we're like testing out its capabilities and trying to figure out what its tolerances are, and then we can get into actually designing stuff to make with it. I'm excited to see how it's coming out.
Indeed.
Alright, I'm going to go over to OBS, and we are going to...
Puzzle J Productions will return.
We'll return...
After these messages.
After these messages. I'll leave the nice piano music going so y'all can enjoy. See you in a bit.
The music is the messages.
It is the messages. Bye. We're coming back.
I have to remember how to use hotkeys.
That's right, you will. Alrighty.
It's been so long since I've sat in front of the computer to paint.
That's true. You've been like on your feet and working and teaching and doing stuff.
Indeed.
And
we good?
I think we are good.
Right.
Just one reminder that the color layer is directly below the sketch.
Yes.
Yes.
Indeed. Oh.
What do you need?
Where did my phone go? It's
right
over
here.
there, isn't it?
Yep.
Oh, okay.
What do you need?
I'd like that.
Okay.
Yes, thank you.
You are welcome.
Alright, so I'm going to start out by... Where's my brush? Oh, that's right. B. B for brush.
B for brush. B for brush, P for pencil.
Yeah,
or pen, depending.
I do remember that. I'm going to go with opaque watercolor for the time being. And... Okay.
So we checked on our print, and it utterly
It
failed.
just failed completely. It didn't adhere at all to the
to the base,
the surface, the print surface.
We thought we would be clever, and as our first print like an actual miniature that we wanted to have, instead of using the test print file that it tells you to use when you're setting up the thing. But I guess we have to do that. So we've started at doing the regular test print file instead of doing the fancy one, because the fancy one failed. Ah, well.
C'est la vie.
C'est la vie. We'll troubleshoot it. It's, I'm sure there's a reason why, and I could look it up, and I'm sure there's a forum online where people are like, this is why this happened. Alright, I turned off the mouse, so I'm not going to bump the mouse.
Thank you.
And I've warmed up my tea.
Very good. Okay, so it looks like there's alternating red and black on the ears.
Yeah, looks like it starts with black. They're more black with 2 red bands. Oh, there's alternate? Oh, I didn't even see the alternate.
You missed the alternate color.
I missed the alternate color
Yeah,
palette.
you did.
Oh, that's cool.
You didn't pay attention. You missed the alternate.
No, I hyper-focused in on, big toothy. Big toothy fun.
And then the first layer of that.
So, Rycrolla, if you're back, did you make this a species? Do you have some lore behind this character? Because if so, we'd love to hear about it.
They said it was an adopt, right?
Yeah. But you can still incorporate and adopt into your mental pantheon of characters.
Your pantheon. Put on some pantheon.
Put your pantheons on. Starting off red as the base layer? Oh, and I see, and then you're going to do darker.
And I'm going to make it darker and darker as I go.
If you increase the color stretch in the other palette over there, you can bring...
Didn't like
it. Didn't like it. Adopted him from a friend who designed him. It's one of my many demons. Oh, I see. Okay, so you had the inception for the character originally, or you just sort of incorporated into the demon pantheon you have? Do you have a structure for your demon pantheon, or are they just a collection? Collection is also okay.
They are the Borg.
They are the collective. Just a gaggle of demon OCs. That's fun, though, because then you can be like, here are all my nasty critters. And they live in some kind of hellscape plane. And they're all just big nasty critters. That's fun. I really like how the yellow pops against the red.
I picked a very vibrant yellow for that reason.
Yes. Doesn't have much lore yet. And skeletonized parts of his body and likes to party. Don't we all? The life of the party. Mr. Bones Boy. That is fun.
It's not quite a white. It's kind of an off white.
A little bit of an off-white.
Yeah.
Does the skeletonization have a function? Like, is this... Do you have a headcanon that this is a local cryptid somewhere? That, like, people talk about the Bones Beast?
The Bones Man.
The Bonesman. Because that would be kind of cool. I just did it because it looks cool. That's a good idea. Hey, looking cool is completely valid.
Half the battle is looking cool.
Half the battle is looking cool. Half of the adopts that I have, it's just because I was like, oh, they look cool. I want to have it, and then they just sit in a box, and I don't do anything with them, but they look cool, and I like it.
Alright, so let's do more light hair over here.
Very vibrant. Vibrancy.
That's the goal.
Yeah, I love that the teeth and the horns and the eyes are all the same color, because it's all that, like, I like that yellow color. Normally I don't go in for yellows, but I like that sort of, I guess you'd call it a goldenrod kind of color.
I made it just a bit more vibrant than in the reference picture. If I need to, I can knock it back just a little bit. But I really want those to stand out, at least at first.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. I think it was originally designed with a 3D theme. Oh, hence the 2 color palettes.
Oh, that makes sense.
I see.
Left eye and right eye.
That's pretty cool. Oh yeah, are you, I imagine, I guess I just assumed, but please clarify for me. Are you going to do the suit out of the you're going to do the red version, right? For your suit? Though it would be really cool to, like, swap out the chest. Oh, what'd you do?
What did I do?
I don't know what you did.
I bumped something.
You bumped. Here, hold on.
Hang on, just hit transition.
No, it's not. It's the
No?
chat. It's down here.
Oh, damn.
There we go. That's okay.
Alright, we're back.
We are back. Oh, no.
Oh.
No, we're not back. Hold on a minute.
No, don't touch it.
No,
we're good.
I'm going to... Okay, did you click?
We're good.
Yeah.
We're good. It's
Okay.
fine.
We're
good.
good.
We're good. We're good.
We're
We're
gonna-
good. We're good.
We have too
We're
many
good.
menus on the computer.
We're good. Everything is good. Everything is fine.
Yeah. Okay, red version. Most of the other OCs have cool color palette anyway. I think it'd be fun to have red and blue LED eyes, but oh yes! You could swap them out so you have like, I don't know, like daytime and nighttime mode or something like that, so that they glow different colors according to the what LEDs. Man, is there? I know there's color changing pigments. I don't know if there's color changing vinyl. Because you could like put something in there that glows. Or you could go, because you could go the simple method. I'm always one to immediately go to the complex version. But Ross has been teaching me the ways of being simple. You could just have swappable eyes and just have the eyes pop in and out, friction fit or snap on, snap out kind of thing. And you could have it all as like a little packaged LED thing with a little USB, so they just like poop and you can connect them. I saw a kimono suit that had like swappable eyes.
Kimono?
Yeah, it's the Japanese style of fursuits. They have the really, really big eyes, small nose and mouth.
Okay, when you said kimono, I thought kimono.
I think it's kiyomono. I don't know how it's pronounced. My friend has made magnetic eyes. Ooh, that's cool. Where they have like the entire eye is magnetic. So is it like a ring around the eye itself? That's like a magnet strip, and then they pop it in and out. That's a great idea. I think UV reactive vinyl exists. So if I go to a rave or something, his teeth could glow. Yes! Yes! That would be really cool. Big glowy mouth. It would be super awesome.
There we go.
I love how that yellow plays against the red. That's just really fun.
That's partly why I chose it.
Yeah. You could get really experimental with this one too, because it's such a wild character. Like,
that's why I was excited for it.
Oh, I was talking about Vicrolla's like build process of it. You could try out a bunch of things, and like I feel like even if it's not a refined process, it would still work well because the character is like wild and untamed and, you know, demonic, so they're gonna have inconsistencies and things that are a little bit weird. Yeah, those horns in particular are gonna be super fun.
Yes, I agree.
Yeah.
Now, let's go back.
Always down to experiment. Personal suits. If something doesn't work, it's no big deal. Agreed. This is why I love doing personal art, because it's like, oh, I don't know, I'm just gonna throw stuff at the wall and see what what
Sticks.
happens, see what sticks. And yeah, like you said, personal suit. So it's not like you have to be super picky about it for a customer, or, you know, you got to make it to a certain quality of standard or quality. You can just kind of like do whatever and just have fun with it. Me and Sona's first are UV reactive teeth and LED eyes. Oh, yes. Does the LED, I guess the eyes probably wouldn't reflect onto the teeth at all. Do they make UV LEDs? If they make UV LEDs, you could install UV LEDs in the mouth and have the teeth glow from the inside. That would be really cool. Ah, that is amazing. Yeah, I imagine going to a rave. What color are the teeth? Are they just like a standard white? Or they glow like a purple under UV light? Maybe. She has a beak. Oh, this, yes, this is the what are they? They're not quite a griffin. It's your avatar. I'll find a picture. Okay. Oh, you finished that a day before the con. Aha! I know how that goes. It's the
Con Crunch.
It's the Con Crunch. And it's not... Ross and I had a time...
Chaos Magic.
It was Chaos Magic. It was back in, I want to say it was 2015, and it was Anime Boston. And we were making Otachi and Onibaba for that con. But our molds completely failed. Like, we were making big, like, monster heads. Our molds failed. And so we were just, like, up till 2 a.m. watching, like, powering through Full Metal Alchemist to get us through. And just, like, trying to make anything work. And I think it was, like, 2 a.m. and we were like, you know what?
We gave up. It was probably earlier than that. It's probably, like, 4 o'clock in the morning, actually.
Yeah, and we were just like, let's just stop and go to bed. It was the only time I've ever given up. It was. We enjoyed the rest of the con, like, even without the masks. Do you mind if I take a moment, Ross, to bump on over to that link?
Of course.
Alrighty. The collage the collage kind of shows the teeth. Yes. This, I see. Oh, that is cool. I love the glowing eyes, just so make it, because of the orangey yellow color, it really pops against the blue. And you just focus right in on the eyes. Super fun. Super duper fun. Oh, wait. I gotta get back to chat.
Okay.
Back to chat.
Cool.
And now you may take the mouse.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Remember to click on the program. Yeah,
yes.
There you go. So, are they a demon? Or, what's your headcanon for your primary character here? I really like their whole steez. And it's really fun to have the, like, bird-like hands with the long claws. That is a good time. What did you do?
I want more reference.
Oh, okay.
So I just dragged the thing over, and now I can get up all in the crevices.
The thing that you don't know is I spent a decent amount of time this morning, like, adjusting how far out that was so that it would perfectly line up with chat and the music thing. And now it's just all kinds out of whack. It's fine. It's okay.
Sorry, chat.
It's fine.
Sorry, I've just ruined everything.
No, it's not that ruined.
I've ruined your day.
No, you're good.
Your disappointment is immeasurable and your day is ruined, just like mine.
I really love that deep blue that you're putting in there.
Yep.
So you're building up to the black?
Yep, that's right.
That's fair.
This is exactly how I paint in real life. I don't just jump right for the black. You want to build it up over multiple layers.
I always forget you can rotate the canvas.
It's important.
It is. It is an important thing.
It is. Because in real life, there's no such thing as a real black, like a true black. There really isn't anything as a true white either. They're just abstractions created by
the
people,
mind.
by humans.
Humans.
That's part of why I don't like painting digitally, is because in order to get things like dark, you do kind of have to go
like straight for
into
that.
the blacks, and it's antithetical to how I paint.
You should play around with Clip Studio painting a little bit more, because there's ways to blend the colors. Like, it does a decent job blending them as you would in real life. Alright, you're writing a whole bunch of lore and history behind the species. Yes! Cool! You're an ancient race from another planet, but something caused them to flee. Some thousand years ago, a group of refugees found Earth, lived underground to hide from their enemies. Oh, yes! Yes! I love creatures that are, like, technically from an alien place, but then have found lore and history, or have like, found a foundation here on Earth. Sona has no relation to the plot. She's just a member of the species. That's fine. That's still cool. Because now you're able to, like... Oh, yeah. Hey. All my characters that I made up, it was all like, oh, I'm going to play with this design. Now, where do I fit it into the lore? How do I put it in the lore? That is so cool. Because now I'm just thinking, like, this creature, but in, say, like, ancient Sumerian designs, where you see it on the walls of an abandoned temple or something, where, like, maybe people worship them as a god at some point, or something like that. Like, I don't know. I always love that kind of thing, because then you can just play around with ancient art styles and be like, oh, what is the supposed fantasy creature that these, these monks were drawing? And, oh, they were actually real, and they had a lore to them. Yes, the lore. That's the biggest thing, I think, is like consolidating the headcanon lore and finding a way to get it out to the world. It's like a lot of people have that headcanon stuff, but it's tough to put it down on paper or to... You
mean like selling it to people, essentially?
No, not necessarily selling it, but just like... Because you can't Vulcan mind meld with people on the internet, unfortunately.
I think it's pretty fortunate that we can't do that, actually. I'm glad.
Yeah. Like...
Based on the sheer levels of, like, toxicity.
This is true.
Hatred and vitriol.
But in terms of like, trying to convey an idea to someone, there's like, a lot of nebulous aspects to creating lore, and there's things that you're still working out, and if you could just, like, convey all that to a person, I feel like it would help solidify things better. But it's difficult to do that through just word or just image. Sometimes it's kind of a whole feeling or vibe. And
I mean, that's what books are.
I know, but it's like you have to be good at writing in order to convey it in that manner. You have to be good at that medium of communication. And if you're not, or you're, in the learning process of that, it makes it difficult to convey the lore to people. I'm just saying, it would be really cool if I could just, like, take a vibe from my head and be like, here you go. This is the vibe of this character, the vibe of the world that they're in. Ghostwriter. Oh, I guess that's a good idea. You could kind of roughly...
My favorite superhero.
Yes. Do you guys remember that show? Was it literally called Ghostwriter? There was a ghost that, like, would write on walls to a bunch of teenagers, and they would, like, solve mysteries and stuff. I think it was called Ghostwriter.
No.
Yeah.
This is a real show.
Yeah, it's a real show. Hold on, I'm gonna look it up. But yes, Trouble, that's a decent point. I didn't think about that. You could actually probably commission somebody to write your lore down in a decent fashion. Ghostwriter. I want to say it was like mid-90s. Open a new tab from my million tabs. Ghostwriter show. Scooby-Doo? Basically. Alright. Oh, it was... Okay, Ghostwriter is an American children's mystery television series. It was produced by the BBC. It began airing on PBS on October 4th, 1992. Yep. The series revolves around a circle of friends from Brooklyn who solve neighborhood crimes and mysteries as a team of young detectives with the help of a ghost named Ghostwriter. The most clever name.
Just Ghostwriter.
Just Ghostwriter.
Hi, I'm Ghostwriter. I'll help you solve mysteries
Well,
today.
Here's the thing. Ghostwriter didn't talk. Ghostwriter can communicate with kids.
Only by writing. Yeah,
yep,
of course.
only,
Duh.
Only
Because his name is Ghostwriter.
Yeah. Only by manipulating whatever text and letters he can find and using them to form words and sentences. The series was filmed on location in Fort Greene, Brooklyn. Danny Phantom? Essentially, if Danny Phantom couldn't talk and only wrote stuff. I remember it fondly. I worry that if I go back and rewatch it, it would be bad. I'm just looking at some of the Google images. Oh, the 90s fashion is strong with this show. So strong. But yeah, Ghost Rider was the thing. I remember it being quite fun. It was like that and Wishbone. Do you guys remember Wishbone?
I remember Wishbone.
Ooh, red on the teeth? I kind of like
Just a
that.
little.
Like, yeah. Just a little bit of reflected light.
Oh, no. Wrong hotkey.
Yes, Wishbone. The one that I most strongly remember is when he was Hercules. Like, they put this dog in a little, like, costume, and he just went through these trials of Hercules, but he's just this little dog. For anyone who doesn't know Wishbone was like a kid show that would tell stories by putting the main character of the show, who was a dog
Named Wishbone,
as into the main character's like role of the story. So there was like a Jekyll and Hyde one. It was so much. It was like classic literature. But oh my goodness, they had Wishbone like firing an arrow through a bunch of hoops at one point. I think that was one of the trials. There was like a golden apple. I don't know. It was very, very fun. Another one that I'm not sure if it would hold up. Golden Touch episode. Oh, like Midas Touch? I don't know if I remember that one. Did he go the distance and train with Danny DeVito? Unfortunately not. I wish he did. That would have fit really well. Like, on that topic, the Disney version of Hercules, the songs absolutely slap. Fantastic soundtrack. Love all that stuff. I'm going to look up the Golden Touch episode, though, because I don't remember that. Maybe some of the images will jog my memory. I imagine it was a, let's see, Midas Touch Wishbone. No, I don't.
What?
I'm just getting bad clip art of King Midas. TV tropes. Wishbone, the entrepreneur. Let me see here.
Because
it's a dog. Alright, his owner's named Joe. Joe starts a grocery delivery business, but learns that his single-minded pursuit of money could cost him his friendship with his friends Sam and David. In the fantasy sequence, Wishbone tells the story of Midas and his golden touch. Furry DeVito. It's waving at my neighbors right now. I'll close the blinds eventually. No, keep them open.
Yeah, I'll leave them open. The neighbors need to see.
Yeah. It's power play. You assert your Danny DeVito strongly against the neighbors.
Your DeVito dominance.
Friend is a life-size standee of Danny DeVito. It's my favorite thing. He's wearing Crocs! Yeah, Trouble does too. Trouble's brought them to cons. I like that he's wearing Crocs, though. So it's like a cardboard cutout, and he just has the Crocs in the cutout? Or did you guys, like, put Crocs, like, tape them onto the cutout? This is very important to know. I must know. The picture of him has Crocs. That's amazing. Danny DeVito wears Crocs.
A legend.
I've heard he's nice. I don't like follow celebrities that much,
No.
but I hope he's as nice as people say he is. Oh, making the eyes glow?
Just a little.
Some reflected light.
A little something.
A little something. The kids will steal. No. Rock the Chill Johnson is chilling on his phone too. Someone would be very for the DeVito. When making Matilda, he was very sweet to Mara Wilson. Oh, that's very good.
I believe that.
I saw Matilda when I was very young, but I haven't seen it since and don't have a very strong memory of it. Was he the dad in that? Was he... I don't remember what character he was. The only thing I remember about Matilda is the girl Matilda, and then the nice lady. I think she was blonde. And then there was like an angry lady. Man, my memory's failing me on that one. I'll have to watch that again. He and Rhea Perlman were her parents. Okay.
Oh,
okay.
Rhea Perlman. The bartender lady in Cheers.
Oh, that. Her.
Yeah, Rhea Perlman.
She's nice. She seems nice.
Not the young girl, the Italian lady.
Not the protagonist?
No.
The one with the black curly hair?
Yeah.
Oh, yes. She was a spitfire.
Perfect casting choice.
Perfect. Evil sister with the chokey. Oh, chocolate. Oh, the chalky. Chocolate cake. I see. Very good. Yeah, I'll put that one on the list. Gotta watch Matilda. Gotta watch that again. I think it was one of those movies that was like on while I was in a location doing something else, and so I was like watching it but not fully present for it. All were in the Matilda movie. Sounds about right. Okay. Yeah, I remember that it had like some pretty choice people in that movie. Pretty good casting. Matilda. '96 was Matilda.
That sounds about right.
Oh! It was co-produced and directed by Danny DeVito. Did you guys know this?
That I did not know.
Wild. From a screenplay written by Nicholas Kazan and Robin Schwartzord. Kazan?
Yeah, it's Kazan.
Based on Roald Dahl's popular 1998 novel of the same name. Huh. Directed and produced. No way.
That dude, Danny DeVito, he's alright.
He's alright. Every day I see his face. Yeah, I'm gonna look up young Danny DeVito. Danny DeVito. Oh my god, oh, that's right. Someone on Tumblr like recolored him into Steven Universe, because he looks like Steven Universe when he was young. Like, look at this guy.
Oh yeah, he does look like Steven Universe.
Wild.
Wild and weird.
Yeah, he went bald so early.
Hey, it happens.
Oh, no, I know. My grandfather was like bald at 30, so... Yeah, look at his little baby face. Alright, question for chat. If I made like a drawing / ADD stream where we're just looking up stuff and talking about random things, would that be interesting to you guys? Taxi Man. Before the Trash Man. I remember seeing pictures of him in the taxi. What movie is that from? Taxi. Danny DeVito.
Let's bump this right up just a little bit more than we think. Yeah, just a little in the hair.
Taxi season? Taxi.
A little in the jaw.
Taxi Wiki. Is it just called Taxi? Gained prominence for his portrayal of the taxi dispatcher Louis De Palma in the television series Taxi. Huh. He won a Golden Globe Award for that. And an Emmy. Damn. Alright. Cool. Yeah, the Trash Man is definitely the more common current reference, I think. It's a Trash Man. I've heard of Taxi. I have never watched Taxi. Another one to look up later. I like ADHD streams, especially when I'm drawing. Sounds good. So it's just like people talking about stuff in the background and while you're drawing. Having a good time. So we'll probably do that in the future, and we'll probably do personal projects. This coming Friday, we will not stream because we are vending at a local art fair.
We need the time.
We need the time to create product.
Oh God.
We have most of it. Like, it's just a matter of what will sell. We have enough product to fill up a table. Trying to design Toonie Turco beak. I need, like, the pug of the bird species. Where's the squish beak? Want to see the personal projects? Yes, you will definitely see them. I have to, I guess, sort of coalesce them. A lot of them are very nebulous right now. I have, like, a list of things that I want to do, but not necessarily a way to approach them. Just kind of like, it would be cool if I designed this. But not really a plan. So I'll draw together a solid plan and then be able to, like, execute on it. Toonie Turco beak. Now, you're talking about the, not quite like Trouble House, but like the little tiny small beak. You guys going to Anthrocon? We were debating. We haven't bought tickets. We don't have a hotel room. I was thinking of, like, getting an Airbnb and then, like, maybe dipping my toe into the con. I don't know. What was it? There was a con recently that had a COVID outbreak, so I'm kind of like, on that. It is up in the air currently. I'd like to go, but I want to make sure that we can.
We have to figure out in what capacity we would go to.
Yeah.
Because, like, something I observed, and I don't know if you agree with me on this or not. When we went up to Boston in February, I had a more fulfilling time selling than I have just as an attendee.
Right, right.
I've never really enjoyed attending cons. I mean, I have. It's nice to meet people and interact. But, like, apart from that, what else is there to do? Panels? I've never actually sat in on a panel that I enjoyed.
I have, but it was Cat's Place panel, and I learned a lot. It was because the information was really relevant. And for context, we were in the Artist Alley at Anther New England this past February.
Yes.
To be fair, yeah. Like, even in my time in the anime fandom, there was a lot of panels where you go to and then you're like, I'm just gonna leave. Not anything against the panel hosts, but it's just like, you always get more excited about it than what it actually is. I feel like you get more excited about the idea of going and talking about this thing, and then
this sounds interesting, and
right.
Then you go and it's maybe the panelists aren't the best, or maybe the people that they're fielding questions from aren't the best.
That's true.
Or maybe it's something you've already heard before, you already know, or it's like, go meet and greet people, and it's like, I can do that elsewhere
on my own time. So, in short, we're thinking about it. We wanted to do the Artist Alley at Anthrocon. Their rule set, understandably so, because it's like the largest con, is very strict. And we'd have to get like a tax ID for that state, and like...
I mean, that's not super hard. It would probably be our just our social security number. Oh, no, that's right, because we have a business, so it'd probably be...
Yeah, it would be the business ID. So it's
yep, that's right. We've been over this. Yeah, I'm sorry.
That's okay. It's a whole nother thing.
Yep.
Not a panel person myself. Content just meandering in costumes. It would be my second FurCon. Been to plenty of gaming/anime cons, so should be interesting. Oh, only your second? Oh, please. Hey, if you are... if you're into cons, I don't know about how it'll run this year, but go to FWA down in Atlanta. That has been like the best run con that I've ever been to. The theming is on point. The like hotel structure is great. There's places for you to lounge and chill. There's places for you to get excited and like talk to people. Like a lot of cons, I feel like make or break on the hotel structure, and FWA has been one of the best that I've seen so far. So please go there. That's also the same hotel that what was it, Dragon Con? I think it's Dragon Con.
Yes, DragonCon.
Which is what, sci-fi fantasy?
Yes, I believe so.
So if you haven't been, please go. Yeah, gaming and anime that's kind of where I came from too. Like, go to PAX, go to Anime Boston, that kind of stuff. But like, I don't know, furcons have such a different vibe that I've been really enjoying. It's more inclusive. You meet more interesting people, I feel like. But yeah, maybe next year. Atlanta is a bit of a trek for me. Yeah, no, that's fair. Like for us, it's a plane ride as well, so it's a whole thing. And then you gotta like pack all your costumes in your suitcase and leave a note for the TSA and be like, I know this looks weird, but please don't touch anything.
They don't read.
It's true. Aww. Yeah, every time I go, my bag gets opened up because it's like, what is all this weird stuff in this suitcase? Costume parts.
I don't even think it's a security thing. I think it's a curiosity thing. They probably just sit in front of the scanner all day, and in addition to doing their job, they might also select packages based on, hey, what's this weird thing? Let's go take a look at it.
That's true.
I would.
Yeah.
I don't fault them for it.
It's human nature to wonder what the thing is. Yeah.
And then maybe it could be a bomb. You never know. So you better check.
It's always better to be safe. But yeah,
I keep everyone safe.
I think next year is probably a better year for cons. I'm glad that people are going to cons now just to get them back up and running. But I think it will be safer vis-a-vis COVID next year. More immunizations, and hopefully more people will. Hopefully we'll have petered off a little bit more by that point. Anyway. Trouble, I wish I had beak reference for you. I don't really have anything except for, like, looking at other snub-nosed beak kind of critters. Like, various types of finches. I want to say grosbeak. Grosbeak has kind of...
That was a grosbeak. Is it grosbeak?
Is it grosbeak?
I don't know. That's why I'm asking.
I don't know either. Probably should know.
We should Google it.
I shall ask Bird for a to call. Yeah, they will pull references out of nowhere and give them all to you. I think if you wanted to, what helps me sometimes is to make like a little cardboard or paper mock-up and then put that and take pictures of it at particular angles that you want to draw it at. Because beaks are hard to draw, especially like from front angles. So having that triangular shape already made and then you can just kind of look at it as your reference really helps. Made my quail suit with Finchy short beak. This is true, but they were more toony. That's right, you're making toony treble. So you could, yeah, you can make this work. You can make this work. I know it's supposed to be black, but I like the purple in the hair.
Yeah, I'm gonna hit it with another layer to bring it back.
Yeah,
and make it a little bit more black. But my concern was just making it look too dead too quickly.
Oh, but practicing front-facing European gets hard. I know. I'm sorry. There's a reason why I draw all the bird characters I draw like at like a side view because it's easier. Front views are so hard. Yes, Ricola. There is a Potu suitor. I think they're literally just called the Potu. Or Bobby Corwin? Hold on, I'm gonna look him up. I follow him on Twitter. He has, it's great because he has the stupid like Potu head, but he always draws his character like very sexy, and it's very funny. Oh really? He was at A&E, I think before the pandemic. I think it was 2019. And I saw him. I was like, "Oh, you are the Potu guy?" He's like, "Yeah." I was like, "Oh, your stuff is really cool." Oh, you didn't even know he was there. Aw, so you just missed each other. Yeah, let me look up his Twitter ad. I think it's Bobby Corwin. BOBBY. Yeah, it's Bobby_Corwin. You should just look at the art. The art he's got on his page. It's just a lot of like silly Potu stuff. I want to make a Potu head, but I also don't want to step on his steez. Because it's very good and he needs to continue what he's doing. Yeah, we need more, like, silly birds. Because birds are just big dorks when you get down to it. They're just, like, gangly, weird dorks. There are some real badass birds out there, don't get me wrong. But, like, herons, I want to see, like...
Herons, am I right?
Herons, am I right? Herons are such big, lanky dorks, and I love them so much. I had some agoraphobia, some hunting, or room party. That's fair. That's kind of what we did when we were, like, we sold at A&E for one day, and then we just kind of pieced, because we were like, oh, a wet owl! Wet owl!
I don't understand.
Have you seen a picture of a wet owl?
Yeah, I know what they look like.
They look bad. That would be hilarious.
I thought it was the name of a maker of a suit or something.
No, just big-eyed, bad hair, wet owl.
Usually you're talking about
certain makers
and stuff. So
they look like God messed up. Bombird heron? Bombird question mark? Wet Owl Studios. That would be a great name though. And then you can just have like a sad sopping wet owl as your logo. Free. This is just free. Anyone can come in here and just make a Wet Owl studio. I would follow them. They would have to have a very good sense of humor.
They would have to.
They would have to. But yeah, a heron costume would be difficult with human proportions, but very funny. Because you could just have like big lanky legs and long wings, long neck. Did Ross see Wet Owl yet?
Yeah, I've seen pictures of wet owls before.
There was one going around more recently. Maybe it's just on Tumblr. I'll look up. I'll see if I can find it. Wet owl. Oh, it's actually a Know Your meme. Oh, cool. Who knew? What does Know Your meme say? Wet owl refers to several images of wet owls, in particular one image of a wet owl with a tired look on its face. The image, as well as several additional images of waterlogged owls, became the increased subject of memes and reactions throughout 2021 and the first quarter of 2022.
I love Know Your meme.
I know. Look how bad it is.
Oh, it's so shitty.
It's so sad.
I've actually seen that exact picture.
Yep. Yeah, it just looks like it's given up. That might be fun to make though, because you could make you could do the Gretschka lids with the wire in them and just make really big, wet, sad eyes. Oh, wet owls. Oh my god, there's so many memes of it. I did not realize. Oh, that's great. Birds are just intensely memeable. Because they're dorks. Oh, this is looking fun.
Trying to give it a energy.
I mean, I think you're
it has a very specific energy.
A chaotic energy.
A manic, wild energy. I'm actually thinking I'm pretty close to calling it done. Because I don't want to overwork this.
That's fair. I would do one more band of black on the right-hand side in the hair. Like underneath the ear.
Oh, over here.
I would do maybe like from there to like down there. Another band.
Oh, okay, you mean this band, right?
Yeah.
Okay, I wasn't quite sure how to parse that, so I didn't toss it in.
I think that would help balance it out.
Alright.
I can't wait for the ADHD streams. To be fair, I say that as a general term. I do not have ADHD, as far as I'm aware.
Neither of us does.
As far as we're aware.
As far as we know. We've never been tested.
It's just fun to bounce back and forth between a bunch of ideas and a bunch of media and get excited about them. I like the energy and the colors. Lore-wise, he steals souls out of people he parties with, so it fits.
Dope.
That's so great. Just like, hey man, I came here and I'm just gonna party with you guys, and then they're on the floor and they don't have a soul anymore.
Get out the sippy straw, the bendy straw.
Oh, I like that. I like that headcanon. Right out the soul. Is it like, is he going to human parties and just coming up and being like, hey frat bros, it's time to give me your soul? Or is it like demon parties? So that's a different kind of party.
Porque no los dos.
Could be both. New headcanon. The guitar guy at the party is there and like playing the guitar and accidentally summons a soul-eating demon through his guitar playing.
That would imply that the guitar playing was good,
oh,
right?
Shade.
Because it would have to be good enough to summon the demon.
He looks like
Those
a trustworthy
people are never
feller,
good.
so I'm pretty sure he goes up to people. They're just like, yeah, come on in, have a beer. Come hang out with us. To be fair, he does look like the life of the party.
The death of the party.
Trouble, you're making my brain hurt. That would make a decent...
Oh, God.
Rental.
Movie.
Oh. That hurt my brain. It would make a good movie, though. Why backwards?
Why not backwards, Cassie?
Making me think about it. I can't type. You're typing very well. Right? Yes. Oh God, you're gonna make me hook on phonics this. It's broken. Who? It's broken. Who cursed? Oh, who cursed me? I see. Mirror dimension. Mirror dimension trouble coup. Yeah, I kind of like that.
Yeah, the blue is a nice addition.
I'd maybe tone it down just a touch with I'd do like one overlayer of black for the blue and yellow highlights on the black sections, and then kind of call it. But I'm not going to do that. Is it going to deaden it too much?
Yeah, it's going to be too dead. I wanted to do it here because I wanted to push this back a little bit.
Okay. Can I have a note? I know you're almost done.
Yeah, go for it.
The red area of the horn, I kind of intended it to end where the fur line is.
Oh, okay.
Like it was coming out of the head.
Okay, because in here, like the horn
seems
to
it
turn
fades.
red, so I brought the red up.
I got you.
So you want the horn to go all the way down here?
No. Like the red, at least I was reading the red as fur, and so I feel like the fur would end here.
I see what you're saying.
Trouble is one step away from busting out the hieroglyphics. Apparently, there is a hieroglyphic keyboard that you can, I don't remember if it was a download or something, but it exists on the internet. You can type in hieroglyphics. It's wild. I saw it on Tumblr. No, I don't have a source, and I don't have a link, and I'm sorry. But if you look up hieroglyphic keyboard, you might be able to find it. I started typing Furby DeVito, and it fixed itself. Trouble, can you make that? What would a Danny DeVito Furby look like?
A modded Furby. A Furby modded to look like Danny DeVito.
Yeah. Would it just be like his face where the Furby face would be, and then the rest of it is just normal Furby, but it's just Danny DeVito's face? That would be very funny. That has some good energy.
Yep.
Find me a 3D printer, I will.
I think so. That's exactly the energy I was going for. I need to clean up some of my paint down here.
Okay.
And a little up here, and then I think I'm gonna call it done.
Might I suggest? I can even do this. Some kind of background element. I was thinking, like,
yes. No, I wasn't even thinking of that.
I'm not sure if we should do the like vibrant blue, if that would be too much, or maybe like a purpley.
Oh, you know what? Good artists borrow, great artists steal.
That's actually not the quote, but I don't have the real quote to refute you on
Google
that.
it. What is it?
It's it was longer. Trouble, you already got the 3D the filament. Yes. I don't know if they're still selling them, but we have an ANET A8, which is like one of the basic bare bones filament printers. It has been a workhorse. I love it to death. You do have to construct it yourself, and there's a lot of modifications you'll need to make to it. So if you're looking for a technical project that results in a decent printer, I recommend the ANET A8. That being said, there's probably better printers on the market right now. What was I looking up?
Good artists borrow,
That's
great
right.
artists steal. What's the actual quote?
Artists. Good artists copy, great artists steal. Was it Pablo Picasso?
Yeah.
Alright. Real quote. Looking it up. QuoteInvestigator.com.
Sort of like a Snopes for quotes.
Yeah, Snopes for quotes. Alright, an intriguing persecutor appeared in the article titled Imitators and Plagiarists. The author was W.H. Davenport Adams. And the terminology he used was transposed. To imitate was commendable, but to steal was unworthy. Adams extolled the works of famed poet Alfred Tennyson and presented several examples in which Tennyson constructed his verses using the efforts of his artistic antecedents as a resource. And the following passage Adam refers to something as canon. Okay. Adam depicts poets who stole harshly, but the adage used by Steve Jobs was accepting of the artist who copied or stole. One was good, the other was great. Adam concluded in his essay with additional praise for Tennyson, condemnation. So it's a condemnation of plagiarism. Okay. The full quote is, of Tennyson's assimilative method, when he adopts an image or a suggestion from a predecessor and works it up into his own glittering fabric, I shall give a few instances, offering as the result and summing up of the preceding inquiries a modest canon. Quote, that great poets imitate and improve, whereas small ones steal and spoil. Interesting.
God, sometimes, truth is so much more boring than fantasy fiction.
But also, it shows how that's been transmuted, because the person who made that statement popular was Steve Jobs, and it was about stealing ideas. So he basically just twisted it.
I guess that's our one S word for the stream.
We already said it before.
Did we?
We get two, maybe. But I do like that the original quote was imitate and improve. So if you are, because no idea is original. If you are adding
nothing new under the sun.
Exactly. If you are adding to a work or adapting it to modern audiences or something like that, then you're improving upon it.
Elden Ring.
Oh, Elden Ring. I like the bright background. I might knock it back just a little so it doesn't conflict so much. I guess you could just knock back the opacity.
Ooh, digital media.
Digital media.
Right about there, I think.
That's pretty wild.
I like that a lot.
I like that. I like the magenta that you added in as additional colors. Firecrawler cosplay, please. Okay, you love him. Awesome. I was just gonna ask for your opinion. Any notes? Any notes? It was very fun watching you do this. You can use the blending brush. I love the blending brush.
I will not.
You'll never use the blending brush.
It is antithetical to how I paint.
It's perfect. Thank you. Thank you so much. It was fun getting wild with it. Thank you for letting us get wild with it. Big, nasty, messy. Grah. Toothy.
Go right to the blue. Give me the brightest blue possible, and then I can just bring a little bit of that up in there.
Okay. Yep.
And then, there we go.
There
Bob's
it is.
your uncle.
Bob's your uncle.
Shout out to Uncle Bob, RSVP.
RSVP.
Alright.
So I think we'll sign and we'll... I gotta take off my arm brace.
Mm-hmm. Did you use pencil for this? The darker pencil?
Yes. For the line art, yes. If you go up, no, you're on the background layer.
I don't care.
I care.
Effects. Oh. Right.
Oh?
I almost forgot.
Did you have an idea? Eye shinies! They're very important. Yeah.
Oop. Shit.
Oh, the issues of digital media. You can make them a little bigger. Do two. One big and one small down at the bottom corner. Not what I meant, but I like it.
I know. Because it's not what you said at all.
Yeah. Yeah, you know, I do like the double shiny though. That does look good. Yeah. Oh, that's fun. I kind of like it at that angle a little bit more.
It's more dramatic.
Yeah. Do we tilt the canvas? Nah.
We've already done.
We've done it.
We've already done.
We did it.
It's done.
I will
Here,
sign.
You sign.
I will sign.
Oh, I should put in the ampersand.
That's fine. I'll start in the signature.
Oh, you can do an ampersand. You know how to do an ampersand.
You taught me. I'm not good at it. I'll get there, though.
Up and then around and then down in a big loop.
You're a big loop. Oh, God. Control Z. I made it too big.
I don't think so.
Nope. That's wrong.
Up. Nope. Up and to the left.
That's
up and to the left. And then around at the top. There you go.
That's it. That's decent. There you go.
We should make it a different color other than black.
Yeah, I can adjust that. Not where I was gonna put, not where I thought you were gonna put that. My ampersand was bad after all.
So was mine. Oh, shit.
That's fine. Do your thing first.
How do I redo?
Uh,
There should be a hotkey for it.
There probably is. I do not know it. Nice.
There we go. And then it is... April Fool's.
Oh no! It is. Yeah, welcome. Welcome to the stream
Yeah,
where
we have nothing planned for April Fool's.
I
don't.
I don't participate. I don't think it's particularly great.
I did. I do in my own way.
What did you do?
In school today, on top of the projector,
Yeah.
which hangs from the ceiling, I put a creepy old doll. Just kind of sat it up there.
I don't know if that's so much a prank as it is just atmospheric setting.
Yeah, no, the kids who asked, I told them that I felt that it enhanced the spiritual energy of the room, that improved the energy flow.
I see.
Just made it a spiritually more robust space.
Robust is a word. April Fool's joke on Twitter. It involves. Oh, it does? Oh. Well, I guess we're gonna have to look at it. I lied. I don't know how to change this color. It's gonna be black. Or I could do...
Just select it with the selection tool, and then you can, like, paint bucket it or something, right?
Yeah, I guess. I don't like when it does that, because then, like... I don't like it.
Make it the bright blue.
Yeah. That's what I was thinking.
No, all the way up and to the right. It needs to be the bright blue.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
There we go.
Yeah, that's good.
I'm going to put it on multiply. Oh god, it's saving. Oh god. Okay. Yeah. Good Ross energy.
Thank you.
There it is. That's the lad. I'm going to move the watermark over so it's not over the ear. Why is it so big?
The watermark?
Yeah.
I don't know.
I don't know either.
You made it.
I know. I don't know why it's so big. Alrighty. I will send this to you over Twitter. If you, Ricola, if you want to message me on Telegram, I'm at PuzzleJ. I can send it to you, the uncompressed version, over Telegram as well. But hold on, wait. Before we end the stream, what is this April Fool's thing?
Yeah, we should figure out what that is.
We should figure out what that is.
You know, when we were in art school, when I took that digital art class or whatever it was, whenever I painted anything digitally, the instructor was like, "Your colors are too vibrant." Like you,
he said they were too vibrant.
No, it was a lady. It was a lady.
Oh, okay.
But she was like, "Yeah, you need to, try using some more like middle grays and middle tones, because being, having a full color wheel at my disposal, I would just."
You would just do maximum color all the time.
I would indeed go very bright. And
I see.
I think there's a place for that.
I think it's successful.
For this piece, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, I see.
What happened?
Next person who pre-made Wet Owl. But really though, it would be really funny though.
I would love to do one of those. That would be amazing.
Like April Fool's joke, but also it would be hilarious.
Pug birds?
Pug birds. Oh, the comments are well. Yeah, for birds with really short, stunted beaks.
Oh, like owls.
Like owls.
Certain owls.
Certain owls.
At least they don't have breathing problems.
That's true.
The owls.
That's very true. Alright, I have your Telegram. I will send you a sticker back in a minute. Yeah, Treble, I'm curious to see what birds they come up with. I hope that they give you many reference images. Alrighty. This was fun. This was a good time.
A good one.
Thank you guys very much. We really, really appreciate it. Like we said, no stream next Friday. We'll try to do more personal art streams as we go along.
Yep.
We'll probably still do raffle streams at the beginning of the month for the next couple months, but then I think everyone who wanted one will have probably got one at that point. So we'll go on to personal stuff.
Indeed.
Yeah. All right, everybody. You
have a good night.
A fantastic evening.
Farewell.
Farewell.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.